Welcome to the Weekly Bat for the week of October 5th to October 11th, 2019. Blog. Brave's R&D team unveils zkSense, a novel privacy-preserving mechanism for bot detection in smartphones. zkSense leverages device sensors, such as the gyroscope and accelerometer, to measure the device's moving patterns while either a human or a bot is interacting with an app on the device. This way, zkSense can infer whether specific actions in an app, e.g. click-type events, were carried out by a human or a bot with high accuracy, even when there are artificial device movements, i.e. device placed on a swinging cradle. To preserve the privacy of the user, zkSense does not transfer potentially sensitive sensor data to a remote server. Instead, zkSense uses zero-knowledge proofs to demonstrate to a remote server that an action was carried out by a human without revealing any additional information. Blog. Dr. Johnny Ryan of Brave and Dr. Orla Linsky of the London School of Economics make a submission to the UK Competition and Markets Authority outlining significant digital market problems. The UK Government Competition and Markets Authority, or CMA, is examining online platforms and the digital advertising market. Dr. Johnny Ryan of Brave and Dr. Orla Linsky of the London School of Economics have made a submission to the CMA that outlines significant market problems. Dominant digital companies use their position of market power to create so-called cascading monopolies. They do this in part by cross-using data for purposes beyond what the data was initially collected for. This offensive leveraging of data avoids the need to compete in each new domain on the merits. These firms also use their position to extract amounts of data from individuals beyond what might be considered a fair or reasonable exchange. The digital industry's data excess norm is similar to the banking industry's credit excess norm that precipitated the financial crisis. It incentivizes a shadow economy based on unnecessary and insecure data processing. Blog. Brave writes to all European governments to press for strong e-privacy protections. Later this week, European governments will deliberate over proposals to reduce the level of privacy protection in the new e-privacy regulation. To aid in their deliberations, Alan Toner, a privacy expert at Brave, has today written to the representatives of each government to present Brave's view of the practical reasons why there should be strong privacy protections in the new regulation. Brave's letter, sent this morning, summarizes why a prohibition on cookie walls is necessary. It also supports the privacy by default requirement for web browsers and operating systems. Both have been removed by the Council of Ministers, but Brave argues that there are good economic and practical reasons why the Council should restore them. We trust that governments across Europe understand the need for strong privacy protections in the e-privacy regulation to protect fundamental rights and to spur innovation. Client updates. This week, the dev channel progressed to version 0.71.90 and the beta channel progressed to version 0.70.112. Brave team tweets. We have a highly anticipated user stats update from Brendan. So the most recent numbers are 2.8 million daily active users on the browser and 7.9 million monthly active users. The Brave team is moving the ball forward with RGA. Luke Mulks says, by far one of the best experiences working at Brave and Bat has been working with Dylan Boyd at RGA. They aren't forward-thinking, they're driving forward at full speed. Johnny Ryan says, whoa, IAB Europe blocked me? What a mature dialogue among colleagues to reform the industry. They've since unblocked him, but come on, play nice, IAB. Johnny then followed up with the following. At Privacy Matters, at IAB Europe, at Townsend Fian, at Brave. Update. IAB Europe has now unblocked me. Most curiously, the account said in a direct message that nobody at the IAB did the blocking and that they suspect it was the result of someone else taking over their account. Most worrying indeed. I hope they will share Twitter's reply. If you live in London or plan to be in the London area around November 14th, 2019, please feel free to stop by the Brave Privacy Meetup. Speakers include Dr. Johnny Ryan, Chief Policy Officer at Brave, Angelos Kiaias, Chair in Cybersecurity at the University of Edinburgh, and Yves-Alexandre de Montoy, Head of Computational Privacy Group at the Imperial College of London. Bat and Brave in the news. This is from Wired. Help us recognize tech that protects our values. The Tech Spotlight will highlight products and policies that shape a more responsible future, embrace privacy and accountability, and aim to minimize technological harms. Brave fans, please nominate us by November 30th. You can get to the link where you can cast your vote via the Weekly Bat blog post. IPFS browser update. Brave now supports IPFS. Turn it on under Settings Extensions. Decentralization can feel slow in providing user-centric approaches to the internet's biggest problems. Right now, software that is fully in the control of the user is often too technical, too fragile, and too time-consuming to be the default choice. But we're making headway. Today, we'd like to share some collaborations the IPFS project has had in the works for a while, which brings us a few steps closer to making unmediated access to information just work. By solving that last-mile problem and integrating IPFS directly into web browsers. Blockchain in the enterprise, charting the path to pilot. When Bitcoin crashed in 2018, many analysts called the decentralization movement dead. Global corporations were highly scrutinized for exploring distributed ledger technology. However, behind the scenes, many of the world's leading companies were working hard to secure strategies to absorb the technology principles to develop solutions that would benefit from the promise of decentralization. Brave was one of 6 companies selected from the 1,000+ companies that applied to join the OEBVS program through RGA Ventures. News you should know. Twitter unintentionally used your phone number for targeted advertising. Stop us if you've heard this one before. You give a tech company your personal information in order to use two-factor authentication, and later find out that they were using that security information for targeted advertising. You can get to the rest of this story by EFF through the Weekly Bat blog post, of course. New DuckDuckGo research shows people taking action on privacy. Our recent survey of a random representative sample of US adults, not just DuckDuckGo users, methodology below, found that in the past year, a whopping 79.2% of people have adjusted privacy-related settings on their social media accounts or reduced their social media usage. In addition, almost a quarter of people surveyed have deleted or deactivated a social media profile due to privacy concerns. These numbers echo findings from a 2018 Pew Research Center study. Roaring fans. Sol Hinare says, encrypt everything. Sentiment, your own data. Part of why I browse with Brave. Tom DeCiccio says, I owe so much to Brave for developing a platform that gives the power of value back to its community and the content creators surrounding it. Tansy Jean from Reddit says, I joined full time. Hi there, I've known about Brave for a while now. I installed it when it was first launched, but I wasn't on board 100% as I needed a few extensions. I re-looked into it over the weekend and found that it's now built on Chromium. I got on board. I deleted Chrome and switched to Brave/DuckDuckGo on all my devices and may end up doing it on my whole family's. Regards, Tansy. Thank you for listening. If you like these podcasts, be sure to follow or subscribe to stay up to date with the Bat community.